Hi, my name is Shay, and I'm here to talk to you today about tattoos in the workplace. Back in the 1940s, tattoos were voodoo. You were either prior military, involved with crimes, or in a freak show. And I feel like tattoos in the workplace today, in our day and age, should not only be allowed, but accepted as long as the things that you have on your skin are not vulgar or offensive in the line of work that you're doing. It shouldn't matter. It's an expression of self. But I have a friend that I think might know a little bit more about this than me. Her name is Millie Hull. And here she is. Well, hi, Shay. Thanks for inviting me. My name is Millie Hill. I was the first woman to open up a tattoo parlor called Tattoo Emporium in Lower Manhattan. I was covered head to toes in tattoos, and I loved it. It was an expression of self, but it wasn't really accepted in the time that I lived in. So I was offered $80 a week to perform at Barnum and Bailey's as a tattooed lady. And I thought that my tattoos were more an expression of self and a thing of beauty that I wanted to share with the world, not to be put on display as a freak. So I opened up this tattoo parlor in the back of a cheesy little barber shop, and I shared my work with everyone, and I look around at the world today and how much has changed, and it blows my mind that tattoos are still a topic that we're sitting here talking about if they're appropriate or not. To me, tattoos are an expression of self. When in the 1940s, when I was just getting into my tattoo parlor and starting all of this amazing stuff, we had different fountains depending on what the color of your skin was. If you went into a hospital, the nurses would be wearing white dresses. A lot of our football players hardly had any protective wear at all. As times changed, I look around now at your world and I see the equality as far as, gender roles. I see more equality as far as color of skin. I see the protection that's going into football players because times change. Things evolve. And I don't understand why we're still talking about if a different expression of art is acceptable in a workplace, because it doesn't change who you are. It doesn't change how well you're able to perform a task. You are who you are, and the amount of stuff you have on you isn't going to change who you are. I just don't understand why I'm back here almost 100 years later trying to defend artwork again. I don't feel like there's any reason to have different uniforms if you have tattoos. A uniform is a uniform in a workplace. It doesn't mean that this person can wear short sleeves to their job, but you have tattoos, therefore you have to wear something different. We worry so much about discrimination, and I don't understand how that's not discriminatory. If you called the fire department and your house was on fire and somebody showed up and you could see a tattoo that was visible, would you tell them, I don't want you to save my house, I need somebody who doesn't have tattoos? I don't think so. I think you'd be more concerned about the fact that your house is burning down. And you're going to trust the firefighter because you know that's his job. It doesn't, the capabilities you are able to perform are not affected by the way you are represented. Discrimination for me being not only a female, I wasn't in the military, I wasn't involved with crimes, I wasn't in a freak show, I owned my own business, and being covered in tattoos I was very much so discriminated against, and people didn't like it at all. And I battled with depression for many, many years and ended up losing my battle to depression, and it's how I passed away, and at a very young age. And I don't understand why we've made all of this progress as far as discrimination towards other people go, and how they represent themselves and who they want to be known as. But an expression of self, such as artwork on your body, is something it just crosses the line. It doesn't make sense to me. So in conclusion, the way that you dress, the way that you express yourself there's a difference between body modifications such as surgical implants and things like that versus expression of self in art that is different. And I understand that some jobs have, different leniencies, but that shouldn't be the case, because I'm not going to tell you that I can't hire you because I have short hair. I have short hair, therefore when I go to work, I have to wear a hat. But Jessica, who goes to work at the same place that I do, who has long hair, doesn't have to wear one because she has long hair and she doesn't have short hair. I battled with depression and ended up losing the battle because of discrimination, and I feel like it should not be a topic that I'm sitting here almost 100 years later trying to have. We should let people express themselves the way that they feel comfortable without them thinking that it's going to affect the quality of life that they are capable of having. My name is Millie Hull, and I am honored that you allowed me to talk to you about my life and why I think tattoos should be allowed in the workplace, and why I think that it is a discriminatory thing to be able to have different standards for people who have tattoos and people who do not. Thank you. Have a great night.